What's happening YouTube? Welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to set up a growing phase properly so you can add a very respectable amount of muscle tissue to your frame without turning into a soft, puffy mess and actually finishing the phase looking better than what you started. I'm going to cover when to start a growing phase, how to set up your calories the right way, how long the phase should potentially run, and the biggest mistakes I see people making that end up fucking up the whole thing. So first of all, why should you even listen to me? I'm Jamie Haxon. I've been lifting weights for 14 years, competed in bodybuilding, done multiple professional photo shoots, and for the last 4.5 years, I've coached hundreds of men to transform their physiques for weddings, holidays, and photo shoots. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, before we touch a single calorie target, we need to talk about the most important part of this entire video. And honestly, if you take nothing else away from the next 6-7 minutes,
this 6-7 thing, which is everywhere, that people are fascinated by. You've had 6-7? 6-7.
Let it be this. You need to get as lean as possible before you start a growing phase. This is the bit 99% of people get wrong, and it's the reason that they're spending year after year spinning the wheels, never actually really looking any better. Now, why this matters so much, when you're lean, your body is way more responsive to food. Your muscles are basically like crying out for fuel. Your body is primed to drive recovery and growth. And the calories that you eat get partitioned towards building muscle tissue instead of being stored as fat. Okay, it tips the scale more in your favour. When you're already carrying a decent layer of fat, you start eating a surplus, your body doesn't just go, oh brilliant, let's build some muscle. It goes, right, okay, there's plenty of energy here already. Let's just store some of this extra calories as a bit more body fat. It's more likely to do that. So yes, you will get bigger, but you'll get softer, and you'll have to diet twice as long to get back to where you started, and it sucks. I've done it myself. I've seen guys do it for 3 or 4 years on the bounce and look the exact same each summer, unfortunately. So before you even think about growing, ask yourself honestly, how lean are you right now? If you can't see the top 2 abs in the morning with some decent lighting, if the hips are spilling over a wee bit, you're not ready to grow, right? Simple as that. You need to diet first, unfortunately. It's just like getting the hard bit out the road at the start. That's how I look at it, and that's exactly how I run things with all of my clients as well. If you're not lean, diet first, get lean, or at least substantially leaner than what you are right now. And depending on your starting body fat, that diet might need to run for 8 to 15 weeks before you even consider increasing your calories. Some guys it might be 20 weeks, but that's just the reality of it. You can't skip it, and you can't hope it sorts itself out during the growing phase, because it won't. The leaner you start, the leaner you will stay. The better the entire growing phase will be from day one. I've said this tons of times, the better starting position, better end point. The better position you start something in, as simple as it sounds, the better you will finish it. Now, when you're dieting to get lean before a growing phase, you can actually be pretty aggressive with it, right? You don't need to baby step your way down on a tiny 100-calorie deficit. You can pull your calories down harder, push your steps up, throw in some cardio, and pull the body fat off relatively quickly, because once you're lean, the payoff is worth it. Calories can be pushed back up to maintenance and beyond, your strength goes through the roof, and every pound you gain has a much higher chance of actually being quality muscle tissue. Right, assuming you've done the groundwork now and you're lean, ideally sitting somewhere between 8 and 12% body fat. If it's lower than that, then that's all good as well. Now we can actually start setting up the growing phase. Here's how we do it properly. Step 1, find your maintenance calories. This is the number of calories you can eat each day without your body weight going up or down. Use calculator.net and punch your digits in, find maintenance, and track your intake for a week. Weigh yourself every morning, and if your weight's stable, that's your maintenance. Please do not skip this step. Guessing your maintenance is how to gain unwanted weight too quick, or you'll just no grow at all. Step 2, create a small surplus. No 1,000 calories, no 500. Start with 200 to 300 calories max above your maintenance. That's it, that's all you need. This is going to give you enough fuel to build muscle without your body just storing the extra as fat. Guys here, growing phase, and sometimes they're just like, right, I'm going to go and get a Domino's on this Friday and then get a McD's on the Sunday and protein shakes stacked full of peanut butter, but the reality of it, it's not going to happen for you that way. You might have seen the big Olympians and stuff do that, but it's realistically not really going to work for you unless you're a hard gainer and you really struggle to gain weight. But honestly, that's not a growing phase. That's just like seeing it as an excuse to eat a pile of shite, been there, made the mistake, got fat in the process, don't do it, don't advise it. Step 3, prioritise protein. 1 gram per pound of body weight. Keeps it nice and simple. Spread across 4 meals a day, or 4 and a snack works well. Don't need 7 meals a day, it's just a pain in the arse. Protein is the macronutrient your body uses to actually build muscle tissue, and it's also the hardest to store as fat. So every meal that you eat should have a protein anchor. Chicken, steak mince, beef, egg, Greek yogurt, whey protein. Step 4, train hard and track your progressions. A growing phase is a waste of time if you are not progressively overloading in the gym. You should be getting stronger week on week on at least most of the time on your main compound lifts. If you are getting heavier but not stronger, you've got a fucking problem. Step 5, adjust gradually. Weigh yourself every morning, right? Every single morning, and track your weekly average. You want to probably be gaining somewhere in the ballpark of like 0.2 to 0.4 kilos per week. Any more than that, and you're probably realistically gaining body fat that you don't need. And then on the flip side, if you're not gaining at all after 2 weeks, add another 150 calories a day. Keep it nice and slow and controlled. Now, how long should you run a growing phase for? I would say, from my experience and in my opinion, ideally 12 to 25 weeks. And here's why that is always going to be longer than, at least most of the time, longer than a cut, right? Longer than a dieting phase. Because muscle takes a hell of a lot longer to build than fat does to lose. You can lose 10 pounds of fat in a month if you go hard at it, but you're not building even 5 pounds of muscle in a month if you're natural anyway. No matter what you see on Instagram and TikTok, it's just not happening. Patience and persistence is everything in a growing phase. So, to recap, lean down first if you need to. Find your maintenance, add 200 calories, 300 max. Eat protein with every meal, train hard and progress your lifts. Adjust things gradually and run this for minimum 12 weeks and maybe up to a cap of 25. Do that and you will add quality muscle tissue to your frame that you get to keep instead of unwanted body fat you have to diet off again in 3 months' time. Now, if you got value from this video, please drop it a wee like, it's massively appreciated. Subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. If you want to come over and catch me on Instagram, the link is down in the description. Loads more content dropping soon. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.